Okay, so we're showing everything we improved over the latest, which is the programmable neuron. This is going to be a neuron which you can write code into, block code that's connected similar to this. So if we come to this one specifically, we just want an input of 1 to equal an output of 1, and an input of 0 to equal an output of 0, and we didn't include this because this takes care of it, which says if input 1 is equal to 1, then we're going to pass the output, otherwise we're going to kill it. So because our input 1 will be equal to 1, it'll pass the output. So 1 equals 1, otherwise anything else is going to equal 0, and it's already trained. So 1 is equal to 1. Let's say it's 0, sets it to 0, 0.1 sets it to 0. You can see that going up. 0.9, 0.999, it's equal to 0. But once it hits 1, it becomes 1. So it's already trained. It didn't take very long. But we're mainly just going to be focusing on in here and all the improvements that happen in here. A quick thing to note is that we have files over here, so you can actually export your network and bring one in. I have one quickly at the moment. Now, so if we go in here, this is everything we've got so far. I'm planning on expanding it, but if we start, we have the start. We can't delete it. We can just delete everything on it. We have if gates. This is a pass output and a kill. So what this does is it goes in an if, and then this is a variable. We have our variables down here. These ones are ones you can't really get rid of. Value and input. This is going to be the value of the network itself, and then the input of the input. So this is input 1, but if we have multiple input neurons, we can get those inputs. Set value. This is going to be one that can set the value of any variable to anything. The math, this is going to be for operators, adding, multiplying, and we can go ahead and drag these variables into here to create operations. Functions, these are going to be all these types of functions, so like tan, h, ReLU, abs, sine, cosine, tangent, atan, yeah, you get all of it. The ifs, this looks a little bit differently. So while everything has an output and an input, you can actually ifs, repeats, and whiles are all going to have 2 inputs. So the first input on the if is the if itself, if it's true, and then the else is if it's not true. Then the repeat is going to be what it does in the loop, and then what it does after the loop. And then the while is going to be what it does in the loop and what it does after as well. It's all pretty straightforward. You can really tell what it's all going to do. What we can do though is create our variables. If I call this one L, we just have a variable named L. And then we can set the value of L to 0. We can build it where we take a math function or a function. Grab a math function. Math to +1. Then grab a function, and you can just build huge functions like these. You can make random gates in here by using the function random and then the value, and then you can set it into a variable called random, and you can set a random value, and you can put that through an if loop here. So that's pretty much all we got done in the past bit, but I thought I would keep it updated.